Hey, this is pgosey with my discussion on the definition of play. So basically, from the article, it's saying that games and play are kind of not interchangeable, but like subsets of each other, like a big circle and the little circle. But it could go either way. Like games could be in play, but play can be in games. So basically, what I got from this is that play can be organized into three categories, and I'll try to relate them to music the best I can. The first one, gameplay, is really the one that's when following like strict definitions. So I figured that as like when you play a song, like the song, this is how it's recorded, this is how it sounds. Like you want to try to emulate that and replicate it perfect to the recording because it's already set down. Like the rules of the song, I guess, have already been laid down. Like it's supposed how it's supposed to sound. So that's kind of a very succinct way to look at it. The next one would be ludic. I think that's how you say it. I'm not sure, but it's like sort of like a game without the strict definitions. I was thinking that of more like writing a song, just because it's like, okay, like you're playing your instrument, you're trying to figure out the rules because they aren't completely set. There's some rules like when you're writing a song, like, okay, like we're in this key, we can only play like these notes, these chords, whatever. But still, I sort of define that as the ludic sort of way, because it's like the rules aren't clearly defined or anything. I mean, there are some, but it's just like you're just kind of playing around with it, I guess, just to see what works. The last way they define the category was just being playful, which they kind of here it says being in a playful state of mind, that sort of thing. So I see that as when you just like sit down with a friend and you guys are just like playing with each other, like you just like we'll sit down and be like, okay, like let's just like jam in like B flat blues or something, and just one of us would play chords, and the other one will take like a solo, and then we'll switch off because it's like when you're doing something like that, like free playing, there's no rules to follow by. It's not like people are going to be listening and be like, oh, like I've heard that song and it's supposed to sound like this, but they're not playing it like that. No, it's like a lot freer. You're testing the boundaries of what you can do with it, like trying to find something new. And if you mess up, it's okay. It's like you're just playing. I guess that's what I understood out of it. So next, the thing was talking about how the games they can represent, but they're also representations at the same time. And the way I picture that in music was like a song represents something. It can represent a mood, a feeling, a thought, like something that happened, like the past, the present, the future. Each song has something that it's representing. But in the same sense, like a song is a representation of the people playing it, or like you could say, all right, this song is a good representation of like a blues song or a jazz song or any kind of different genre like that, or like this song is a good reputation of like this band because it's like their style, like the style of music. Like if say like you hear like a real metal song, you're like, oh yeah, that like that band that sounds like Lamb of God, or like Megadeth, or like something like heavy like that. It's like because it's a representation of that sound. So just it's in itself, the song um represents the band or like the style of music or something, but they also are a representation of the band in the same aspect, just like the game. Like, okay, games like are representations. Take like say soccer or something. Like soccer is a game, it represents the sport, but it's also a representation of like a player's ability, like all those sort of things. So the same with music, like it's a representation of like a player's ability. Like some people there can play on a different level. Like there are some songs out there, like anything, say like you're listening to like John Petrucci, like Dream Theater, like his stuff is crazy. Like there are very few people in the world that can actually play that. So it's like a representation of like skill level or something. But that's kind of my understanding of where this article was going with the how to define a game and what games are. So I'll see you guys next week.